Traders, on this episode, we're going to be going over the top 5 trading platforms. Let's roll the intro. Traders, welcome back to the Kyler and Cleveland Show. I'm Kyler.
And I'm Cleveland.
And today, we're going to be going over the top 5 trading platforms. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe.
We don't know how you got here, man, but we would love for you to hang out with us. Subscribe to the video. Appreciate it.
Like the video for your boy.
And like the video for your boy. We appreciate that as well. Guys, look, there's a lot of trading platforms out there, and it's really important for you guys, obviously, if you want to scale into being profitable, it'll be important for you guys to make sure you get on a platform that is conducive to that scale, right? So whether you're starting out with a 4-figure account, high 3 figures, 700, 800 bucks, and it should be important for you to be able to scale that to a 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and then a 6-figure portfolio. And it's going to be important for you to do that on a platform that you can trust. But before we get into the platforms, I want to talk about what we have going on in markets, maybe right now real quick, right? So this week, you actually put out a pretty awesome position looking at the odd CHF. This is the only trade that we want to talk about. I want to give Kyler some props here. He called something out real nice. What did you see there in that odd CHF position?
It was an odd CHF. It was lining up perfectly with our strategy, and also, in those custom indexes that we use, and we were looking for CHF strength, which ended up playing through.
So, right. What platform did you use?
Executed on Thinkorswim, but charting on TradingView.
Interesting, right? So that's the kind of stuff we want to talk to you guys about in regards to how we potentially in some scenarios mix and match these platforms, at least our top platforms today. So let's get into it. All right. So our 5th ranked trading platform that I've always hated as a trader, which is again why it comes in number 5 out of our top 5 list, is MetaTrader 4. Right. So we had to put it on there because everyone uses it. But you guys know when you look at MT4, it looks like it's from the 90s.
It's pretty
right?
boring. It's very boring.
Right. And so, a lot of people like to use it because you can do different things in regards to automation with some moving averages or boiler bands.
Or some bots, I think you can, or some EAs or whatever they are.
Right. And so, that does give it some pretty cool capabilities. Obviously, you need to have some type of specialty when it comes to statistical. Look, if you're going to do all the bots and all the EAs and you're going to do it strictly just based off of like an indicator, its period length, and it's not that simple. If you could build an algorithm, everyone would be using algorithms if they were that easy to use, and everyone would be using MT4 to just hop on and start building these automated trading programs.
Especially if they're that easy to create. So.
Right. And so, again, I don't think that, it's a good selling point for MetaTrader 4, but at the end of the day, you don't really see that much luck when it comes to expert advisors. That's why we think that it's going to be really important for you to understand, again, just the basic fundamentals of how markets move and use that to pursue an edge, right? Get away from the fly-by-night, really easy, hey, just set it and forget it strategy. Everyone would be doing that already if it was something that could happen.
That's true. And I think a lot of traders have to start engaging in an actual mental process, like an abstract mental process, and not just getting all caught up in just looking at something as like a picture.
Right. And so again, some other reasons why I do like MetaTrader 4 is you can do a lot of sub accounts as well. So that kind of helps. So maybe you have a day trading portfolio. You can put that right next to a potential swing trading portfolio. So there's this couple of aspects of MetaTrader that I like. Obviously, the user interface is the worst in the market. It looks horrible. Yeah, but so if you're using this to have a platform that's pretty, then we don't recommend it. You might want to look at some of our later options that we're about to talk about that do have really pretty user interfaces. So coming in at number 4 next, we have Bloomberg. This one's pretty interesting. What are your thoughts on Bloomberg? Why do we have this at number 4?
So the Bloomberg terminal, it's very high tech. There's a lot of institutional guys using it, and it's gonna cost you it's gonna be like $20,000 a year, so like about $2,000 a month. But you can do a lot of stuff on there. Whether you're looking at level 2, you can have your just basic charting platforms. You're probably not gonna be able to draw a lot of stuff up on it, but those guys, they have the basics. They know what they're executing on. You're also able to look at a lot of interest rate spreads, looking at the like the United States 2-year, the 10-year,
Right.
and other countries. So there's a lot of stuff you can do on it. You have a lot of support as well, and I'd hope you would for that much per year.
I wanted to mention that, right? So we have access to Bloomberg terminals. Our office is right next to my old university, and I study finance there, and we get some exclusive access to the terminals. And so what's amazing is I was actually able to look up and communicate with some of the old institutional traders that I used to work with, right? And so you can't do that on any other trading platform, right? I mean, on some of these trading platforms, there's maybe little communities right next to them. I know TradingView, we're going to talk about that one in a little bit. You can communicate with some other retail traders, but on this Bloomberg terminal, this is usually only for institutional traders. You won't see a retail trader with a $2,000, machine in his house just cranking out, trying to trade portfolios. Most of you guys probably have less than $5,000 in your trading account. So why would you have a $2,000 terminal, right? So again, this is a super computer when it comes to trading. I want you guys to also notice that this entire terminal is based off of fundamentals. Right. Exactly. These institutions use this terminal because fundamentals are so important to them. You can literally see here in these terminals, like some of the weighing in terms of how SunTrust is weighing the Australian dollar, how Citigroup is, throwing out all of its euros. We get a lot of information here when it comes to these Bloomberg terminals. They're absolutely ridiculous. Super.
I think the cool thing about the Bloomberg terminal is that in the message thing, you're able to type in some of these large traders like Ray Dalio and I think it's Jeremy or Jeffrey Gunlack, and you can see their name in there. You don't just go and message them.
But you could.
Yeah, you could, technically. It's
literally.
Cool.
Yeah. If you own or if you operate at a hedge fund and you have a Bloomberg terminal, we can communicate with you and you can communicate with us. It's like the central hub for all institutional big money traders, and we have it at number 4 because we just had to get it on here. Obviously you guys won't be able to have access to it unless you have a plug in some sense, or unless you want to fork over $2,000 a month. But we're coming out with something pretty cool in the next few months or so that's kind of similar, aren't we?
It's gonna be very close.
It's going to be very close, and it's going to be for retail. Stay tuned for some top trader software. All right, coming in at number 3, we have another platform that I love very, very dearly. Okay, that's OANDA, right? And so OANDA's trading platform, in terms of its web-based platform, isn't number 4, isn't number 5. It shouldn't really be on the list, right? But if you use the OANDA iPad app or the phone application, I mean, there's nothing like it. It's absolutely amazing. You never should trade from your phone, but when it comes to looking up a position, potentially getting into a position, I mean, they've made it the easiest in the entire industry. It's like the most amazing platform when it comes to a mobile platform I have ever seen.
And I think that another thing that's cool about it is that you're able to type in the price you want for your stop and take profit, and it'll equate that back over into your pip. So It's very visual, and it'll show you price per pip too as well, which is great especially if you're a beginner trader.
Right, and they have this other little part feature of the app which gives you Dow Jones Newswire information, which is really, really sick.
Yeah.
Right, so I mean, you're getting very, very great pertinent fundamental news just kind of taken in, and it comes in automatically. So you set your iPad up, you can just literally go straight to the Dow Jones Newswire, and you'll know exactly what's happening. NFP, as soon as it's announced, hits that really quickly. So I do love OANDA for those reasons. All right, so we're closing in at number 2. Guys, hope you're still with us. All right, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video. Let's move along here real quick. Okay, so Thinkorswim. All right, we love some Thinkorswim. Go for it.
With Thinkorswim, that's going to be my favorite platform. I do like the professionalism behind it. It adds a lot of like a pro trader feeling because you're able to see a lot more like with the options, which I like to do. And it's just going to give you that professional feeling. Right.
You get CNBC streamed straight into your platform. You'd have to buy that otherwise if you want to use CNBC, but you can get some pretty decent information from CNBC. It's not total crap. It's crap, but it's not total crap.
Yeah.
And you want to hear commentary sometimes throughout the day just to kind of have it in the background. That's why I like CNBC a lot. Again, multi-asset platform, options, equities, futures, interest rates, Forex, crypto, now that there's futures for Bitcoin and stuff. Thinkorswim they got sold to TD Ameritrade for almost $1 billion, right? So it's an amazing platform. It is valued at where it's at. It's a platform. It was a platform first. You have brokers that make platforms. Thinkorswim was a platform and it was bought by a broker. Right, so it was literally created to be one of the top tier, top of the line trading experiences for retail and institutional traders. That's why we also love TOS. You can see that, okay, this is very, very high end. There are no $1,000, $2,000 account openings. You can put the money in there, but you have to have sometimes $5,000, $10,000, and for day trading equities, $25,000 to start off here on this platform. But it's an amazing platform. All right, it definitely is my favorite.
Yeah, and with Thinkorswim, it's probably not the best platform to start off as a beginner.
Right.
Like you said, like the funding. You're going to need a lot more capital to start because they have the commission pairs and the non-commission pairs. So on the non-commission pairs, if I recall, that you have to have a minimum of 10,000 units, and you can only go up by 10,000 units. So that's going to be pretty hard for a beginner to scale in on positions like that.
Right. But other than that, if you can surpass the account minimums, hey, I honestly think TOS is pretty great. Now for day trading, it's not the fastest platform. It's fairly intricate. So if you're trying to get in and out of positions really quickly, I don't think TOS is probably your best bet. For swing trading though, for anything outside of that, even if you're obviously for scalping, no. Day trading, maybe. If you're holding positions for maybe an hour or 2 or 3, but if you're like scalping, trying to just get pips, bro, every second you can, then yeah, you definitely don't want to use Thinkorswim. All right. So coming in last, you guys can probably guess what we think the number one trading platform is in regards to like the overall niche. This is our favorite, but when we have to be objective here, and we do think that one of the number one platforms is TradingView, right? Again, this is a platform that you can now integrate with your broker, but it's a trading platform first. They got a round last year for $38 million, mostly because of that crypto boom. So they got a lot of funding. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And more than likely, if there are 100 traders watching this video right now, how many do you think are using TradingView in some context?
I would say probably the majority.
Yeah. Definitely 80 at least, right?
And I think it's just so interactive that it's easy to navigate on. You're able to, you have all the guys that like love the technicals and stuff are able to, just have all their tools right there.
Also, another part of it that I do think it's missing in some contexts is kind of helping you see your P&L and helping you see maybe some of the metrics behind that. That's one part that I'm not too keen on TradingView about, but at the end of the day, they know that newbie traders aren't really looking at that. They really don't care. They want all the technical gadgets and gadgets, and hey, you have it, right? So if you're a new trader and you want a very sleek, honestly, the best experience from a charting perspective, I can't think of anything better than TradingView for new traders, and this is why most of you guys are probably using TradingView in some context. Now, how do you feel about the trade ideas and that whole, side of their platform that kind of you can do all the features and stuff. You can look at traders, give out all the analysis. it's pretty cool. But what are your reasons behind why you like it or not like it?
I think a lot of like beginners could definitely abuse that, trying to like take signals from all that, because you're getting loads of information. It could be some guy that's posting stuff on harmonics. You got a cipher, a bull, or whatever they're called. Some guy posting a trend line or something, and you're not really doing your own research on that. I think it will force people to take signals in a way.
Yeah, I can see how the platform could potentially distract you from improving your trading. Maybe you can get some ideas in regards to how other people are trading, but 9 out of 10 folks in there are doing technical analysis. You guys know that we don't like to derive our directional bias using technical analysis. We use technical analysis only for entry, exits, and take profits. We derive our ideas in terms of a directional bias using fundamentals, right? But as soon as you go on TradingView, immediately it's like, okay, boom, let's start collecting some pips, bro. All right, let me follow some of these guys that are highly ranked, that are the top dogs, and I'm gonna just figure out if maybe I could get some bags or two. So that's maybe a drawback. Maybe they could create a better system in terms of a filtering system when it comes to their traders. In some context, I'm not sure how they would make it happen. But there are some pros and cons to using TradingView, but I think there are mostly pros than cons. Everyone's using it. It can't be that bad. So hey, look, do your thing. Just make sure you're being very careful when you're going over to the other side, where you're maybe looking at traders and stuff like that and trying to collect ideas. I wouldn't do it in that context. So guys, those are the top 5 for us. Again, I love Thinkorswim. I think everyone should somehow get close to a Bloomberg terminal. See what Bloomberg terminals are really for. Understand that professional traders need fundamental data, all right? They need fundamental data to be able to make very good, logical trading scenarios, good logical trading ideas, okay? That's why we trade fundamentals. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about fundamentals, you guys can take the 45-day fundamental challenge, all right? But outside of that, I think you can find some Bloomberg terminals at your university and things of that sort, and you potentially have to bargain or get your way in there somehow as to, maybe, hey, can you use a Bloomberg terminal on Wednesdays at 12 o'clock or whatever it is. All right. But outside of that, guys, I love it. Hope you guys got some value from the video. We're going to be pushing out some more stuff later on this week. Anything else you guys say, man, on these platforms or anything? Thinkorswim, OANDA, TradingView?
No, I think we covered a lot of it.
Okay, cool. Guys, look, happy to have you guys here. Talk to you guys real soon. Peace.